My fiancée texted her lover. He still has no clue, lol. I saw from behind and acted normal. Then I locked the bedroom door from the outside while she was asleep, called my friend. She woke up to movers taking all the furniture except the bed she was lying in. Original post I, 31 male, discovered everything 3 nights ago. Complete accident. The kind of accident that changes your entire life in about 2 seconds. My fiancé, 29, and I have been together for 4 years, engaged for 8 months. Wedding planned for next spring. Everything seemed fine, normal. Good, even. Tuesday night around 11 p.m., I was in the kitchen making a late snack. She was on the couch, phone in hand, texting someone and smiling. Not unusual, she's always been big on staying connected with friends. I walked up behind her to ask if she wanted anything. Wasn't trying to snoop, just walked up. Her phone screen was right there. Big, bright, impossible to miss. The message she was typing, he still has no clue, lol. Playing the perfect little fiancé while you're giving me what he never could. See you Thursday at the usual spot. I froze. Read it twice. 3 times. She hadn't noticed me yet. Was still typing, adding more. He's so clueless about everything. Makes it almost too easy. My brain just stopped. Then started again, but different. Colder. I backed up. Quietly. Made noise in the kitchen like I just walked in. Hey babe, want some chips? She locked her phone immediately. Turned around with her normal smile. No thanks, I'm good. Cool. I went back to the kitchen, ate my snack, acted completely normal. My hands were shaking, but I kept them busy. She came in about 10 minutes later, kissed my cheek. I'm exhausted, heading to bed. Okay, I'll be up soon. She went to the bedroom. I waited until I heard the door close. Then I got to work. The situation. The apartment lease is in my name only. I signed it 6 months before we met. When she moved in 2 years ago, I never added her to the lease. Kept meaning to. Never got around to it. Thank God for procrastination. The furniture, about 70% mine from before we lived together. The rest we bought together with my credit card. She'd pay me back her half sometimes. But legally, all on my card. My name. The engagement ring? $7,500. Sitting in the jewelry box in our bedroom. I spent the next 2 hours making calls and plans. First call, my best friend who owns a moving company. I need a favor. Huge one. Tomorrow morning, early. Second call, my brother who's a lawyer. Need advice, hypothetically. Third call, the landlord. I need to discuss something about my lease. By 2 a.m., I had a plan. Went to bed. She was asleep, completely peaceful. No idea what was coming. Wednesday morning, my alarm went off at 6 a.m. She groaned, rolled over. Too early. I know, babe. Got an early meeting. Go back to sleep. She did. Out like a light. I got dressed, went to the bedroom door. Here's where it gets interesting. Our bedroom door has one of those old-school hook-and-eye latches on the outside. Previous tenant installed it for some reason. We never removed it. Never used it. Until now. I quietly closed the door. Hooked the latch. It wouldn't hold forever, but it'd hold long enough. My friend and his crew arrived at 6:45 a.m. 4 guys, a truck, and a very confused expression. You're serious about this? Dead serious. Everything but the bed she's sleeping in and her personal stuff. Everything else goes to storage. Man, this is wild, but you're the boss. They got to work. Quietly at first, then who cares? The couch, the TV and stand, the dining table and chairs, the kitchen table I'd built myself, my bookshelf, the coffee table, the lamps, my desk, all my tools from the garage, everything that was mine or that I'd paid for. She woke up around 7:30. I heard her voice from the bedroom. Hello? What's going on? Then louder. Hey, the door's stuck. Hello? Then pounding. Let me out. What's happening? I walked over to the door, spoke through it. Morning, movers are here. Movers? What are you talking about? Open this door right now. Can't do that yet. They're almost done. Done with what? Moving out my stuff. You can come out in about 20 minutes when they're finished. The pounding intensified. You can't do this. This is illegal. I'm calling the police. Go ahead. You're not on the lease. This is my apartment. I'm allowed to move my belongings. You locked me in here. For like 30 minutes, you'll survive. More screaming, threats, crying. I tuned it out. The movers finished at 8:15 a.m. They took everything. Left her with the bed, her dresser, her clothes, and an empty apartment. I unlatched the door, stepped back. She burst out, phone in hand, face red and streaked with tears. Moving out. You can't just leave, we're getting married. Actually, we're not. I pulled out my phone, showed her a screenshot of last night's text. The one she thought I'd never see. Her face went white, then red, then white again. That's not… You took my phone? Didn't have to. You were texting in the living room. I walked up behind you, saw the whole thing. You're invading my privacy. You're cheating on me and bragging about how clueless I am. But sure, I'm the bad guy here. She switched tactics, started crying harder. Baby, please. I can explain. It's not what it looks like. He still has no clue, lol. Playing the perfect little fiancé? Pretty sure it's exactly what it looks like. It was just texting, nothing physical. Babe, you literally said he's giving you what I never could. That's pretty physical. She reached for me. I stepped back. You have 30 days to find a new place. That's the legal notice period. I'll be staying with my brother. My half of the bills stops today. You're on your own. You can't do this to me. Watch me. I grabbed my already packed bag and walked out. Haven't been back since. Update 1. 5 days later. The last 5 days have been absolutely insane. She's gone full nuclear, and honestly, I expected nothing less. Day 1, Wednesday afternoon. I got a call from the police around 2 p.m. Sir, we received a call about a domestic disturbance at your address. What kind of disturbance? Your fiancée claims you locked her in a room against her will and stole all her belongings. I explained the situation. Showed them the lease, only my name, explained the furniture ownership, showed them the text message screenshot. The officer sighed. Sir, locking someone in a room, even briefly, could be considered unlawful restraint. I understand. I made a mistake in the heat of the moment. She was never in danger, had her phone, and was only in there for about 40 minutes. Won't happen again. We're going to let this go with a warning since no one was hurt and she has no legal claim to the residence, but don't do it again. Understood, officer? He paused. For what it's worth, I saw that text. Rough situation, man. Good luck. She also called my parents, my brother, my friends, anyone who would listen. The narrative she's spinning. I'm an abusive, controlling monster who kidnapped her and robbed her. The problem with her narrative, everyone knows me. And I have receipts. The affair partner revealed. This is where it gets even better. Or worse, depending on your perspective. My brother did some digging. He's good at that. The guy she's been seeing? My former coworker. Someone I considered a friend. We used to grab lunch together. He left the company about 6 months ago for a better opportunity, which apparently included sleeping with my fiancée. I texted him Wednesday night, "Hey man, hope you're enjoying what I never could, LOL. He blocked me immediately. Didn't even try to deny it or apologize. Just blocked. The ring situation. Thursday morning, I got a text from her. I'm keeping the ring. It was a gift. I replied, legally, an engagement ring is a conditional gift, condition being marriage. No marriage, no ring. You have 48 hours to return it, or I'm filing a police report for theft. Her, you're such a piece of garbage. I'm not giving you anything. I waited the 48 hours. Friday afternoon, I filed a report for the theft of a $7,500 engagement ring. Saturday morning, her mother showed up at my brother's house with the ring. Her words, "You're destroying my daughter's life over a mistake." My words, "Your daughter destroyed her own life when she decided to cheat on me and mock me to her affair partner. Here's the ring. Tell her to lose my number." Her mother tried the guilt trip. She loves you. She made a bad choice. Everyone deserves forgiveness. Everyone deserves consequences. She's getting hers. Goodbye. The apartment drama. She's still in the apartment. Has to be. 30-day notice is legally required. But here's what she's dealing with. No furniture except her bed and dresser. No TV. No kitchen table. No couch. My Wi-Fi router that I owned and paid for? Gone. She has to use her phone data. The Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime accounts, all in my name? Cancelled. She's been sending me texts, dozens of them. How am I supposed to live like this? You're torturing me. I can't afford furniture. You're a monster. I haven't responded to a single one. The friend group fallout. This is where things got messy. We have mutual friends. Had, I guess. Several people reached out asking what happened. I sent them the screenshot of her text. That's it. No commentary, no drama. Just the facts. About half the group sided with her. Everyone makes mistakes. You're being too harsh. She deserves another chance. The other half cut her off completely. What she did was disgusting. The way she talked about you was cruel. You dodged a bullet. Lost some friends in this. Hurts, but if they think cheating and mocking your partner is acceptable, they weren't really friends anyway. The wedding situation. We had deposits down on everything. Venue, catering, photographer, DJ, about $8,000 total. I called every vendor, explained the situation. Most were sympathetic, but couldn't refund deposits. The venue, surprisingly, they refunded 50% after I showed them the text screenshot. The owner said, "I'm not taking money from someone going through that. Good luck." The photographer was less kind. "Contract says no refunds. Sorry." So I'm out about $6,000. Expensive lesson, but cheaper than a divorce. Her current situation. Through mutual friends, I've heard she's been staying with her mother some nights because the empty apartment is depressing. She's told people she's traumatized by what I did. She's also apparently still seeing the affair partner. They're official now. Good for them. They deserve each other. My brother's advice: change your locks if you gave her keys to anything. Change all your passwords. Lock down your credit. Document everything. And whatever you do, don't engage with her directly. All communication through text only, for evidence. I've followed every piece of advice, even got a credit monitoring service in case she tries anything financial. Where I stand, I'm not proud of locking her in the bedroom. That was impulsive and could have gone bad legally. Won't do anything like that again. But removing my furniture from my apartment, canceling services I paid for, ending an engagement after discovering infidelity, all completely legal and justified. She made her choices. She can live with the consequences. The 30-day notice period ends in 25 days. Then she's fully gone from my life. Can't wait. Update 2. 3 weeks later. The last 3 weeks have been a wild ride of escalating entitlement and dirty tricks. She's pulled out every manipulation tactic possible, and honestly, it's been almost entertaining watching it fail. The rent situation. 2 weeks ago, she texted, "I can't afford rent this month, you need to help me." I replied, "You have income, figure it out. But you always paid most of it. Because we were together and I chose to. We're not together anymore. Your financial situation is not my responsibility. So you're just going to leave me homeless? You have 30 days notice, which is 3 days from now. You've had plenty of time to find somewhere else. I don't have first month's rent and deposit saved. Should have thought about that before cheating on me. You're supposed to love me. I did love you. Past tense, 30 days. Then you're out. She didn't pay rent, didn't even try. The landlord called me last week. Your fiancée says she can't pay rent and that you promised to cover her. We're not engaged anymore. She's not on the lease. She needs to leave by the end of the month per the notice I gave her. Understood. Just wanted to confirm. She'll need to be out or I'll start eviction proceedings. That's between you and her. The smear campaign. She's been telling everyone I abandoned her and left her destitute. The reality? She has a job making $58 a year. She's not destitute. She's just been living above her means, using my income as a cushion. Her story. I'm an abuser who locked her in a room, stole everything, and left her with nothing. My response: posted the screenshot of her text one more time on social media with the caption, "Someone asked for my side. Here it is. Make your own conclusions." Then I deactivated my accounts. Don't need the drama, but the damage was done. Several of her friends reached out apologizing for believing her narrative. We had no idea she said those things about you. Yeah, neither did I until I saw it. The affair partner drama. This is where it gets good. Really good. Remember my former coworker, her affair partner? Turns out he's married, with 2 kids. His wife found out about the affair 2 weeks ago. No idea how, but she found out. She called me. "Did you know your fiancé was sleeping with my husband?" Found out 3 weeks ago. That's why she's my ex-fiancé now. I'm so sorry. I had no idea. He told me he was working late all those nights. Joined the club. She told me she was having girls' nights. We compared notes. The timeline, the lies, the hotel receipts she'd found. His wife filed for divorce. And in their state, infidelity actually matters for asset division. My ex is now dating a man going through a messy divorce who's about to lose half his stuff and pay significant alimony and child support. The irony is beautiful. The family intervention. Her parents showed up at my brother's house again last week. this time with her younger brother. Her father, "We need to talk about making this right." Me, "There's nothing to make right. She cheated. I ended it. That's the end." Her mother, "She made a mistake. You're supposed to forgive." I'm supposed to have self-respect, which I do. Your daughter doesn't get to cheat on me, mock me to her lover, and then expect me to take care of her. Her brother tried the tough guy routine. "You left my sister with nothing." I left your sister with her own belongings in an apartment she doesn't pay for. She's had a month to figure out her situation. Not my problem. Her father, "At least pay for her to move somewhere. Moving is expensive. She's an adult with a job, she can handle it. We're done here." They left, but not before her mother said, "I'd regret this when I'm old and alone." I told her I'd rather be old and alone than old and cheated on. The final week drama. The 30-day notice expires in 4 days. She's been scrambling. She found a place, her mother's basement, started moving her stuff this past weekend. I changed the locks officially on Tuesday, with landlord permission since I'm still on the lease. She'd made copies of her key at some point, and I wasn't taking chances. Wednesday, I went back to the apartment for the first time in weeks to check on things. She'd left it trashed. Not dirty trashed, but petty trashed. She'd poured paint on the carpet in the bedroom, where the bed used to be, broken several light fixtures, scratched messages into the bathroom mirror, "I hope you die alone," clogged the kitchen sink with concrete mix. The landlord was with me. He took photos of everything. "This is at least $2,500 in damages, maybe more. Send her the bill, and if she doesn't pay, take her to small claims court." "Oh, I will. This is beyond normal wear and tear. This is vandalism. She's going to get sued by my landlord, and she's going to lose." The lesson I've learned. Someone asked me if I think the bedroom lock thing was worth it. Honestly, no. That was a stupid, impulsive move that could have gotten me in real legal trouble. If I had to do it over, I wouldn't. But removing my furniture from my apartment, ending the relationship, and refusing to bankroll her after discovering infidelity? Absolutely worth it. Would do again. The mover showing up while she was still asleep, taking everything, leaving her with just the bed? That was symbolic. Poetic even. She wanted to play me like a fool. Instead, she woke up to the reality that actions have consequences. Where she is now, living with her parents. Dating a married man, going through a divorce. Facing a lawsuit from my landlord for property damage. Lost most of her friend group when the truth came out, and apparently, according to mutual friends, she's been telling people she dodged a bullet with me. The projection is strong with this one. Where I am now, moved into a new place last week. 1 bedroom, downtown, all mine. Furnished it with stuff I actually like, instead of the compromises we'd made. Blocked her on everything after the property damage. Don't need that energy. My brother's been great. "You handled this better than most people would." Well, except for the lock thing. Don't do that again. Yeah, lesson learned. I'm not dating yet. Not ready, but I'm okay. Better than okay. Free. The engagement ring? Sold it. Got $5,200 back. Not ideal, but better than keeping it. Use the money to buy a new couch and invest the rest. Update 3. 2 months later. This is the final update because, frankly, there's closure now. Real closure. Not the fake kind she kept demanding. The lawsuit. My landlord sued my ex for the property damage. She didn't show up to the first court date. Default judgment. $3,100 for repairs and damages. She still hasn't paid. He's garnishing her wages, 25% of each paycheck until it's paid off. She called me from a new number, crying about it. "This is your fault. If you hadn't abandoned me, I wouldn't have been so angry." I hung up immediately. Blocked the number. But here's the thing. I recorded that call, legal in my state with one-party consent. Sent it to the landlord's lawyer as evidence of her admitting to the intentional damage. They're now pursuing additional damages for her admission of deliberate destruction of property. She's made everything so much worse for herself. The affair partner situation. The married guy's divorce finalized last month. His ex-wife got the house, primary custody of the kids, child support, and alimony. He's apparently broke and bitter. And my ex? She's apparently supporting him financially now. The guy who gave her what I never could can't even pay his own rent. Mutual friends say they're fighting constantly. She's realizing he's not the upgrade she thought he was, but she's stuck. She left me for him publicly. Can't exactly come crawling back now. Not that I'd take her anyway. The wedding vendor situation. Remember those deposits I lost? About $6,000? I decided to do something productive with the anger. Called every vendor, explained I'm now single, asked if they'd be interested in offering their services for a divorce before marriage party. The DJ loved it. Dude, that's hilarious. I'll DJ your freedom party for half price. The photographer? I can't do your fake wedding, but I can do a thank God I dodged that bullet photo shoot. Had a party last month. Invited all my actual friends. We celebrated my escape from a terrible marriage. My brother's toast. To my little brother, who discovered his fiancée's affair the hard way and ended it the savage way. Here's to being smart enough to leave. It was therapeutic. Expensive, but therapeutic. Her current situation, via the grapevine, she's still with the affair partner. They moved in together, into her parents' basement. Both of them. In her childhood bedroom. Her parents are apparently not thrilled about supporting two adults in their 30s. She's been trying to start a coaching business, teaching women about financial independence and not relying on men. The irony writes itself. She's also been subtly reaching out to mutual friends, asking about me. Is he seeing anyone? Is he happy? Does he ever talk about me? I don't talk about her. At all. She's a closed chapter. The false narrative collapse. Here's the satisfying part. About 3 weeks ago, someone created a Reddit post in a relationship advice subreddit. Not me. Someone who knew the story. The post detailed a woman who cheated on her fiancé, got caught, and then tried to play victim when he ended things and removed his belongings from his own apartment. It went viral. 25,000 plus upvotes. Thousands of comments roasting the woman for her entitlement. My ex apparently found the post, recognized herself, had a complete meltdown. She posted her own version on social media trying to defend herself, posted about being locked in a room and robbed of all her belongings. Someone found the Reddit post and linked it in the comments. Then someone else found and linked the screenshot of her. He still has no clue LOL text that I'd posted weeks ago. Her entire narrative fell apart publicly. Again, she deleted all her social media that same day. The closure I needed. About a month ago, I was at a coffee shop, ran into her younger sister, the one who'd always been decent to me. She sat down uninvited. I need to tell you something, okay? My sister is miserable, and she deserves it. What she did to you was horrible. The family knows the truth now. We saw the texts. We saw the evidence. Mom and Dad are still in denial, but the rest of us know. Thanks for telling me. She keeps saying you overreacted. But honestly, you didn't react enough. Most guys would have done way worse. I'm not most guys. That's why she thought she could get away with it. She thought you'd forgive anything. She was wrong. We talked for about an hour. Her sister apologized on behalf of the family, told me her sister had a pattern of this kind of behavior in past relationships. I was just the latest casualty. That conversation helped. Knowing it wasn't about me or anything I did wrong. It was about her character, or lack thereof. The real update. I'm dating someone new. Met her at a friend's barbecue last month. She's a paralegal, knows my whole story, thinks the way I handled it was justified but maybe slightly illegal with the door lock thing. We're taking it slow. I'm not rushing into anything. My new apartment is fully furnished now. All stuff I picked out feels like mine, in a way the old place never did. I started therapy, not because I'm broken, but because I wanted to process everything healthily. My therapist says I handled the situation remarkably well, all things considered. The bedroom lock thing still comes up. She's less impressed with that part. Working on understanding why I made that choice and how to handle intense emotions better in the future. Work is good. Got a promotion actually. The stress of the breakup made me throw myself into my job. Paid off. My brother's been amazing through all this. You know what the best revenge is? Not revenge. It's moving on and being happy while she's stuck in her parents' basement with a broke cheater. He's right. The final word. Someone asked me if I'd do anything differently. Here's my honest answer. The bedroom lock? Absolutely would change that. Impulsive, potentially illegal, not my finest moment. Could have achieved the same result without that. Everything else, the moving truck, the furniture removal, ending the engagement, refusing to support her financially afterward, getting the ring back, cutting contact. I'd do it all again exactly the same way. She made her choices. She chose to cheat. She chose to mock me to her affair partner. She chose to think I was too clueless to ever find out. I chose to have self-respect. I chose to protect my assets. I chose to end a relationship with someone who didn't value me. Those were good choices. Some people think I'm cold, that I should have heard her out, gone to counseling, tried to work through it. But here's the thing. The moment I saw that text, the moment I saw how she really felt about me, the relationship was over. There was no coming back from, he still has no clue, LOL. You can't reconcile with someone who thinks you're a joke. The furniture removal while she was sleeping wasn't about revenge. It was about efficiency. My stuff, my apartment, my right to remove it. The timing was just poetic. She woke up to empty rooms because that's what she left me with. Empty promises, empty vows, an empty future. At least I'm honest about it.